Hello, guys. We are reaching the last phase or the final stages of ICC World Cup. So, yeah, India is playing Australia in the finals. The important point here is while thinking about all these finals, I just thought of sharing some important or interesting details with you related to cricket as a game, which I sincerely love. I have played a lot of cricket in my childhood days, even in college sometimes. But the changes that are happening in cricket world are interesting, very interesting. And I was just listening to one interview by Mihir Bose, who was a BBC's sports editor, and he had written a book of. The name is Nine Waves, and how India conquered. The subtitle was basically how India conquered the world of cricket. So the interesting aspect here is, as we have seen, the 70s, 80s, there was very less money for the cricketers in the cricketing world. There were no sponsors, and the traveling or the hospitality, the lodging, boarding, the equipments, the accessories were not really great. Then the situation started changing when Kerry Packer, the Australian, changed the five-day format, and he basically promoted one-day internationals, and it was a huge change because spending 5 days continuously watching cricket, the audience was shrinking day by day. So 87 World Cup, I still remember I was in school, and Reliance World Cup, it was played in India. So that Alan Border won the World Cup. I still remember that. So the things started changing when 5-day test cricket matches became one-day internationals. Then also after 10-15 years, people started losing interest in one day. At the same time, as we were evolving as a society, as a country, as a state, people were having less and less time for their hobbies and passions, and it directly reflected onto the interest of audience, interest of people in watching long format cricket matches. And towards the start of this century, 2003, I think the first 2020, that is 20 over match, was played in England, and then the IPL started in India in 2008, I believe 2007 or 8. So it was an interesting aspect of from 5 days to one-day cricket, 50 over one-day cricket match, then moving to 20 overs match, 20 matches. The format is shrinking, and so that it becomes convenient for the audience, for the viewers, or for the people to watch it and get on their routine life as soon as possible. So these things are changing, and at the same time, the monetization that has happened in cricket has helped almost everybody involved in the game, including the stadium, the operators, the broadcasters, the sponsors, the BCCI, the ticketing boards, the players, and the viewers. Viewers only from the entertainment perspective, no commercial gain for viewers, but they are getting good quality viewership, quality cricket that can be seen, and they have seen very bright individuals, talented people playing innovative shots, and then the traditional Sanjay Manjrekar type of straight drive and elbow, and those things are cover drive, etc. Those things are gone, and now we are in the phase wherein ABD, Mr. 360, ABD or Surya Kumar, these people are hitting shots that could not be even, we could not even imagine 10 years ago. It was against all the textbook theory and guidance. So this is where we are. The important aspect of this video is monetization, how Indian cricket has evolved over a period of time, and it has become a cash cow for international cricket. Just to give you idea about how the things stand as of now, as I mentioned, Mihir Bose, he has written a book, The Nine Waves. He has covered basically these waves which have helped India become a financial powerhouse of the international cricket, right from Jagmohan Dalmia, who was BCCI chief, then Sharad Pawar, and then how things got improved, especially after IPL, Lalit Modi and team, and how it was monetized, commercialized properly, and in a very organized way. So these are the factors. Just to give you an idea, what Mr. Mihir Bose said is, as we speak, there are 1.4 billion people in India, let us assume. He said IPL viewership itself is 700 million, and global cricket viewership is 2.5 billion people. 2.5 billion people watch cricket globally, out of which 700 million are in India, which means 27% of global population, global cricket audience lives in India. And he thinks there is still potential for improving that situation. That is one aspect, improving viewership in India and improving viewership across the globe. We'll come to that point. To make it better commercialized, ICC and cricket boards are the two important factors wherein who basically rule or govern the cricketing world. ICC, just to give you example, ICC basically is a body which governs international cricket. They have national cricket boards working with them, and ICC basically rules and governs all these cricketing rules and organization schedules, etc., etc. They make sure that cricket is played in the right sense of spirit, the right sense of cricket as gentleman's game. So so basically ICC to run all this must need money as an organization. So their ICC, as I will cover ICC, national cricket boards, IPL team owners. So how do they, what are the sources of income for them? So ICC in that case, I think the biggest contributor to their revenue is broadcaster. For example, for 2022 to 27, these 5 years, they had sold the broadcasting rights for $6.25 billion, which means for 5 years, ICC will be getting $6.25 billion from the broadcaster who has got this broadcasting rights. So 50% will remain with ICC, and remaining 50% will be distributed across the national cricket boards, ECB, PCB, BCCI, West Indies Cricket Board, South African Cricket Board, Australian Cricket Board, etc., etc. So all these people will get 50% of the revenue. Then obviously for ICC also there are sponsors. There are official sponsors, corporate sponsors, which keep on sponsoring, and that also is the revenue source for ICC. Then the matches that are held by local, for example, Indian BCCI. So ICC does all this, and broadcasting rights is the biggest one. As we said, 6.25 billion. That means 13 million per match is what they are getting for broadcasting only. And in 2020, ICC basically, if you think about 2020 World Cup that is organized by ICC, 2,700 seconds are sold to advertisers. So the broadcasters can sell 2,700 seconds per match to the advertisers. So since broadcaster is paying 6.2 billion to ICC for 5 years, broadcaster also is supposed to get some money from in return. So broadcasters earn their money by charging, let us say, 10 to 15 lakhs per 10 seconds and 2,700 seconds per match. This is how they earn money, and the rates of these advertisements, 10 to 15 lakhs is cursory. It can increase or decrease depending on the situation and the market demand. Then these are the the broadcaster, then the sponsors, co-presenters, official partners. So the multiple sponsorships that they get contribute to the revenue of the ICC. Now, just to give you at international level, since we were talking about improving the viewership of the cricket matches, what basically ICC is doing with the help of remaining boards like BCCI, for example, BCCI is playing a very big role in this expansion plan, so to say. So China and America seems to be the biggest targets. China tends to get difficult, but they are working very strenuously and efficiently in American angle of viewership and promoting cricket in America. For example, 2024 T20 World Cup is getting organized in Los Angeles, America. West Indies Cricket Board is tactically supporting them, but that means T20 World Cup will be played in America, so that more and more awareness and interest is evinced in American population about the cricket, and they pick it up at a greater number, so that cricketing Americans also will be cricketing fans and cricketing players. At the same time, 2028 Olympic is also getting organized in America, and cricket is expected, or I think it has already confirmed that cricket will also be part of the 2028 Olympic that is getting scheduled in America. That means again in Los Angeles, cricket will also be part of the American Olympic to 2028. That also will help a lot in streamlining or smoothing certain operational or administrative aspects of national cricket boards. Because once the cricket is as a sports is recognized in Olympics, that means Indian Olympic Association will also be taking care of all the cricketing activities, and BCCI will have to work very closely with Indian Olympic Association so that cricket is well represented in the Olympic level. And as we speak, BCCI is not accountable to anybody other than the Indian government, not directly but indirectly. So BCCI is taking all the decisions, but with inclusion of cricket in Olympics, IOA, that is Indian Olympic Association, will also have a say in certain aspects, which will help. So this is about ICC. Now let us come to BCCI, which is a national board, National Cricketing Board, which is again a private entity, but that's a separate case. So as a BCCI, they also have their own revenue sources, and BCCI is one of the biggest money churning body in the cricketing world. Mir Bose says that it is almost 80% of the ICC's revenues are coming from BCCI in some form or the others. So that the muscle power, the negotiation power that Indians have, the BCCI has in ICC meetings is huge. That is, in the last some years, we have seen a lot of Indians becoming ICC chiefs, which also reflects the fact that Indians are, from contributing revenue generation perspective, Indians are at the highest levels in ICC's revenue model. So BCCI, from a BCCI perspective, obviously again broadcasters, the contracts that they make with broadcasters, then there are sponsors, then there are tickets, then there are individual contributors, sponsors, title sponsors, official sponsors, strategic timeout partners. Just to give you an idea, though T20 is ruled by ICC, IPL is one of the biggest cash cow that BCCI has got in the last 15 years, 2008 onwards, when Lalit Modi started IPL. IPL has created a huge amount of buzz in the cricketing world because of the viewership and the ability to monetize and improve its professional commercialization aspect of IPL, and making sure that it reaches beyond Indian audiences. A lot of people get glued to the IPL matches, so that IPL is again a commercial success. So 74 games are getting played in IPL. That is 10 million pounds per game is what the revenue generation is, based on the Bloomberg study. Now, just coming back to the IPL thing, just to give you an idea, Sony, from BCCI perspective, if they are conducting or organizing IPL, then there are broadcasters, there are sponsors, there are IPL cricket owners, and then there is BCCI, and everybody is covered by viewers, that is us. So just to give you an idea about the broadcasters, Sony had given 820 crore for 10 years from 2003 to 2013 to BCCI. So Sony paid 820 crores, that means 82 crores per match per year to BCCI for sponsorship title broadcasting rights. The same thing now, Star Sports has paid 16,000 crores for 5 years to BCCI. That means we are talking about almost 3,300 crores per year. Star Sports is paying BCCI for broadcasting rights. This is only TV. The other broadcasters are streaming like Disney Hotstar or OTT platforms that are also giving money to BCCI for their rights to stream live matches to their audiences. Then there are official partners, title sponsors. For example, title sponsor DLF was title sponsor for 5 years. 40 CR was a sponsorship deal for 40 CR per year was a sponsorship deal. Then Vivo took it to highest 400 CR. After Vivo got out, being a Chinese company, Tata's came into this, and the Tata's are sponsoring IPL for 330 CR. Plus minus, I'm just getting this information from public platforms, so it can vary slightly. We are talking about title sponsors at 330 CR. Then there are broadcasting rights which are at 3,300 CR per year per season. Then there is official sponsors, multiple brands that are getting that are sponsoring the IPL matches. So then the strategic timeout partners, for example, Create was strategic timeout partners. Then there is power play partners. Then there is game changer of the match partners. So there are innovative ideas of giving slots to companies who are ready to sponsor certain events or certain matches in the IPL context. So these are some of the revenue sources for the IPL matches to BCCI. Broadcasters are selling, as we discussed in previously, T20 match, which is organized by ICC, will have 2,700 seconds sellable per match, whereas IPL tends to have 3,000 sellable seconds per match, which means we are watching 300 seconds advertisements more than in IPL compared to a T20 international cricket match. which again is a boost in revenue. So broadcasters are basically selling these slots, 10-second slots for 15 lakh rupees plus minus to the advertisers and getting money in return. Obviously, Star Sports, if they are paying 3,300 CR per year, obviously they will also expect something in return. Obviously, that is a very simple business case. So the 3,000 seconds are getting sold per IPL match. Then there is a prize money that BCCI has to give. BCCI will be giving 20 crores to the IPL winner. So these are the we covered BCCI, we covered ICC, BCCI, then we covered sponsors, the broadcasters. Now the sponsors are paying money just to improve or enhance their visibility in the market, so that people will have recall of their brand and people will buy their products or services. So the visibility and reach of the brands is one of the biggest criteria for the sponsors to put in so much money in this sporting event. For example, when I say Tata IPL, Tata is automatically coming in my mouth, and I typically tend to subconsciously or consciously remember that Tata is sponsoring the IPL, and next time if I am buying something, obviously that Tata will be in my mind. So these are some of the aspects. Then for the IPL team, obviously this is a very interesting aspect. IPL team owners need to invest a lot of money in buying players, making sure that they are getting trained properly. There are facilities, lodging, boarding, food, medicines, etc., coaches. So there are a lot of for example, 200 CR is what the IPL teams have to spend per year on their IPL teams for their training, upkeep, medical assistance, infrastructure, facilities, transportation, etc. So 200 CR is what the IPL team owner is supposed to spend on their team per year. And what he's supposed to get in back is again a sponsorship. For example, a certain individual IPL player will be having 10 logos on 10 brands on his body, 2 on the cap, 6 on the jersey, 2 on the pant, etc. So these sponsors are paying money to the IPL teams, and these IPL teams also get into merchandising. They can sell T-shirts, all the remaining games, so they are based on the specific IPL team that they are hosting. Then there are caps and T-shirts and clothes and merchandising, the keychains, वगैरह. A lot of things can be sold. Then there are BCCI revenue as the biggest revenue source for IPL teams is whatever BCCI gets from the broadcasting rights, etc. 50% it keeps for itself, and 50% is passed on to IPL teams. So that is also a big revenue source for IPL teams, besides the sponsors and the individual sponsors and merchandising. So this is how IPL team owners earn. The biggest earning for IPL team owner is brand building. For example, when CSS started, it was a very small entity, but immediately after MS Dhoni and etc., because of the brand value, star value, as we speak, the CSK brand itself is estimated at 2,500 crores. So this is a huge improvement or increase in the brand value, substantial amount of market cap, we can say. Market, not in terms of it is brand value basically, not market cap. Marketability, we can say. So this is the biggest advantage for a team owner, IPL team owner, to have a team and maintain it and make sure that they win. For the players, there is a prize money, there are sponsorships. For example, Virat Kohli may be earning 40 CR from fees, the match fees, and 25 CRs from the sponsorships per year. It is quite possible. So for players also, it is a huge bonus, a huge assistance in their training and upkeep of the physical skills enhancement, etc. Then there is then obviously IPL teams in recent past, we have seen IPL teams selling their stakes to certain individuals. For example, CSK has sold 6.04% to LIC, whereas our Rajasthan Royals also have sold 15% to Red Bird Capital. Red Bird Capital is 15% has 15% stake in Rajasthan Royals. So these kind of deals are also happening, so that the IPL team owners get the money back, and they also earn a huge amount of money. So the last point here is the IPL teams, the winners will get 20 CR, which is not a huge amount compared to the numbers that we talk in the context of this monetization or commercialization of Indian cricket. And with the prospect or the plans of making sure that the cricket reaches to worlds like Middle East or Africa. Africa is still there, Middle East and new countries, Ireland, Finland, or America for that matter, or South American countries. There is none except West Indies. So there is also huge scope for improvement. So this is where the cricketing people, the people who are interested in playing cricket, also have huge scope. We have seen a lot of things happening across the globe. For example, South Africans find it difficult to get into South African national team. So for example, Kevin Peterson, a lot of South Africans have left South Africa and went to other countries and have started playing for their international cricket teams. For example, Netherlands. I understand there were 4 or 5 South African players playing for Netherlands in their international cricket team, whereas Kevin Peterson from South Africa was playing with England as a cricketer. So obviously there is a lot of movement happening. I have heard some Indian players also trying to find out if they can also move to New Zealand or some other places for better prospects because of the huge competition in Indian context. So these are some of the aspects. The bottom line here is a lot of money is involved in cricket. Obviously, when I say it is free for me, it is not. I am the product that ICC, BCCI, IPL team owners, broadcasters are selling to the world, and I am getting entertained. That's all. So this is the whole game of cricket, and this is where we stand. In my personal opinion, it's always better to play cricket instead of watching it, but if time permits. Thank you very much, and enjoy the final. Thank you.